Welcome. Welcome you all. Welcome all replay viewers. And welcome for the people who just joined live here in the Netherlands. Today it's May. It's already May 15, 2019. And we are facing here some beautiful park here in the Netherlands. And today's topic is enjoy the area of Europe. Let me have a look if everything works. I see Dean here. I'm going to walk right now. And actually it's probably my first walking scope here in the Netherlands since a long time. And I was actually preparing yesterday evening for the Verge Meetup. Verge is one of the cryptocurrencies. And yes, we will attend that meeting. I'm really looking forward to it. It's tomorrow. Not tomorrow, it's next week. Janet Jackson's. Huh? I didn't know that. Yes, and I was working today in the office, had meetings, but I really felt like I should walk a little bit because I was just didn't move an inch. I felt like it's better to walk a little bit, and right now the temperature is great. Hey Jane, the temperature is great, everything is great, and I really feel like let's walk a little bit. And this is an interesting park. This used to be a military training park here in Holland, in the Netherlands, for people that the Dutch government would send to their Dutch territories in Indonesia. But right now they have changed this park. It's more like a theme park, I would say. Huh? And right now this military camp is gone. There are still some old buildings here from that time, from that era. They built those in the 1900s. I don't know how, I have no idea how many people they were training here. But this is also one of those old buildings, relatively old. Sometimes the style can be really different than the buildings that you can see in our country. I'm checking actually the upload speed here. And I'm walking now to a place that they want to nominate for the UNESCO World Heritage List. And the reason for that is pretty easy, because more than 2,000 years ago the Romans were living here in this area, and the Romans basically started this city. And I like it. I like this area a lot. It's very peaceful, and as you can see here, it's very green. The reason why it's so green is, of course, it's May. So about 2.5 months ago there were no leaves here on the trees. And I was listening to the news this morning, and this is May, the month of May, and I didn't know that Netherlands is only one of the only countries, or maybe the only country, I need to check this, that every employer or employee, depends how you define it, every employee will get money from his boss, his or her boss, like your monthly salary. But in June or in May, depends on your contract, you'll get a bonus. And this is not really like a bonus, actually. By law, 8% of your salary will be reserved by the company, and at that specific month, either May or June, all the reserves that you have built up will be transferred to your account. It's like a holiday pay. So that's one of the reasons why people in the Netherlands really are able to travel, because the the government wants you to save up the money and to spend it. So that's the reason why a lot of other countries, people have more problems, more difficulties to save their money for their holidays. But in our country, by law, 8% of your salary will be paid to you. I think there are reasons, or there are options to get away from that system as an individual, but usually you don't. Yeah, I'm not sure. I just heard it today. Hey, welcome from Belgium. I'm not sure how many countries in the world have that system. Maybe Belgium also have this so-called holiday pay, in which 8% of your salary will be transferred to you. But that's 8% of your whole year's salary, yeah? So that can be some interesting amounts. Thank you for liking and subscribing. This is just a test scope, because I want to test the quality right now here of this Dutch system. Probably you have some good quality, high quality video and audio. And again, we are walking to this UNESCO nominated park or part, and more than 2,000 years ago there was like this Roman village, this Roman area. It's pretty steep here. Most of our cities are very flat. And this city here has some small hills, and what I really like here in this area, you can see it later on, if you are able to see some view, grab some view, we can see and overlook one of the rivers. Maybe you can see, maybe you can't see the moon. The moon is beautiful today. Not full moon, but it's good stuff. Oh, what about just crossing here? You're not allowed to cross the road, I think within 5 or 10 meters away from the crosswalk. So let's continue here. So the title of the scope is called Travel Europe, and the reason for this is pretty easy. I try to understand the mechanism how Twitter and Periscope works, because sometimes when you add a hashtag with travel or with Europe or with Switzerland, like Swiss Mike and JL, you get like 5,000 viewers. So I try to understand what's the reason for that. Most of them are actually bots, but you still have some real people like you who are watching. And we need to cross this next road, and then we will end up at the or near the UNESCO heritage parts. There is also a prison here, a youth prison. I think, what I remember, by the way, I like these houses. They probably were built in the 20s, 30s, probably the 30s. I'm walking to the UNESCO nominated part, and need to cross here or further. I forgot. I think it's the next one. Yes, it's the next one. So not this Saturday, but the week after, we will be at the Verge Meetup. Verge is a digital coin, like Bitcoin is also like a virtual coin, digital coin, and it is the second meetup. So people from all around the world will travel to the Netherlands in order to attend that meeting. And it's interesting to see this year what has changed. What's the opinion, the view? Because we had this Bitcoin kind of crash. Let's cross here. So this is the prison. It's difficult to see, but you at the end you have some. Hey Jesse, at the end you have some lines to circumvent people will cross, and that's probably like maybe like administration kind of system. Hey Abby, I'm walking to the UNESCO nominated part here, and this is the so-called Hunnerberg. And this is 1905, a place for relatively young people, I think between 12 and 18 years, something like this, in which they keep them, try to re-educate them about the values of our country. It would be interesting to fly a drone actually over there. Ah, maybe you can, yeah, it's maybe difficult to see for you guys, but there is like this big fence with this electrical wires. I'm not sure how easy it is to get out there. Please let me know where you're watching from. Always interested to learn about viewers from all kinds of places. Abby, I really like your scope from the Japanese garden. I didn't know it was only 2 times a year it was open. I didn't completely saw the whole scope, but what I didn't see was like an overview of the whole garden, like with a tea house and stuff. I think almost every day there's a couple of groups of people that I think we have to go to the right. Every day there's like a couple of groups that start the racing bike tours. There are a couple of tours here. Oh, sorry guys, just try to understand the lightning here. Yeah, it's compact, yeah. I can understand that the Japanese garden can be very compact over there in the Netherlands. Just like a small amount of area. It's not like a big park. Jane, I just pressed the wrong button. But I try to understand because we have like these unlimited data plans in Holland. But actually they're not really unlimited. After 5 gigabyte of data you need to upgrade your data for that specific day, like 1 gigabyte. Hey Zimpf, where are you watching from? And yes, looks like we're almost there at the site. Oh, I like the flowers here, the trees here, small flowers, the clouds, the weather. Yeah, I have a mobile, yeah, you're right, with the mobile contract I have, the maximum is 5 gigabyte. I like those flowers. Oh, from Toronto, Canada. Ah, John Sabot country. I really like John Sabot Far East Adventure Travel, or I think it's called now Far East Travels. Yeah, but Abby, it's not really unlimited. I also have that contract. That means after 5 gigabytes of data, you need to upgrade for 1 gigabyte. Yeah, I like this park. It's more like a forest. And here, hopefully we can see it later on. Depends on the density of the leaves and the trees we can have a look over. Like the Romans did more than 2,000 years ago to check if the enemy was approaching. The enemy from the other side. Ah, Abid, you have 10 gigabytes for a month for 20 years. I have 5 gigabytes a day. But I still can consume that sometimes too quickly. Especially with the scope from last year. I had a 12-hour scope and a 6-hour scope. So I had to renew every half an hour or something. Oh, this is beautiful. I was walking here in about February. And then of course you don't have any leaves. Which makes it just very, like basically dead. I don't want to say dead park, but I like those yellow. I'm not sure what is the English name, but you see them really a lot if you travel around by car next to the highways. Really a lot. Yes, about the data. I mean, depends on the country and the provider. Sometimes you have good deals, sometimes very terrible. Hey Mo, great to have you here as well. I'm testing again the Streamlabs in order to check whether we are able to have some high quality data here around here. It's a very quiet environment here. And this part used to be part of the Roman village, Novio Magis. And because there are a lot of trees right now here, you can't see and overlook the riverside. But this is a very special area here. I'm not sure which way I need to walk. think it's this way. Yes, and there you can see through the woods here, through the leaves, you can see some blue sky here. Maybe we need to go here. Any wild animals? Probably maybe rats and rabbits. Oh, there it says you cannot go there. It says forbidden. So we can't go in here. So we need to go to the other direction. As you can see, it's pretty quiet. I like this. The sun rays getting in here. Also here, it's beautiful, huh? I like the sun setting. I thought about flying my drone, having the sunset drone. Haven't done that in a while. But yeah, usually the wild animals, rabbits, rats, and then of course we have the birds. All kinds of birds you can hear now. For the people who don't know me, don't know where I am. I'm here in the Netherlands, in the east part of our country, and yes, we can see here, not very clearly though, but imagine you are 2,000 years walking as a Roman. It's too difficult to see for you guys. But believe me, there is this beautiful sight. Maybe we can watch and find another spot. This beautiful overlooking the river. I think we have those people in front of us talking about it. Yes, we can see it here.
Ja, maar ik heb dat nog nooit gezien. Ja.
So you can overwatch and overlook here this area. Maybe we can zoom in a little bit. So there you can see a small canal, small river, and then there behind it you have some farmlands. And behind the farmlands there is the other river. That's the river Waal, and that is part of the like a side stream of the Rhine, one of the biggest rivers in our country. I mean in Europe. I like this. I really like this area a lot. Actually, that farmer's probably taking care of picking up the grass. And now we go to this gated area. I'm not sure why it's gated. Maybe they have some other wild animals. Oh yeah, goats. Yes, I remember we have goats as well. So let's walk. Yes, right now I'm using Streamlabs, and I'm so sorry, Jesus-han and Midodi-san, if you're watching, or if you're watching this live stream. In the replay, I promised, and it's really still on my list, to show you how to do the Streamlabs with Periscope. I was so busy trying other configurations, but I wasn't successful. And I will fly already to Beijing, to China, in about 2 weeks from now. The day after the Verge Meetup, May 26th, I expect to leave again. And imagine here, to walk around here in the early morning. probably there will also be no people. But then it feels different. In the morning, it feels really like this foggy atmosphere, starting the day, excitement of what can happen, what will go, all the plans that you want to realize that specific day. I like it a lot this morning. And for me it's always a little bit changing my biological clock, because if you're in Asia or in Taiwan and in Hong Kong, at around 6 p.m. it's getting dark. And here, because we are much more northern, on the northern hemisphere, we are, I mean, the sunset right now, today, I think 9:30 maybe. So that means it's still light at 10 o'clock. It doesn't mean that it's warmer here. It's pretty cold. Actually today it will probably be around 4 or 5 degrees Celsius, which is pretty cold. I think the reason for that it's so cold is because we have some northern wind. I remember a couple of months ago we also had this northern wind in Chicago, and then it was about 110. Oh, sorry, not 100. Just, oh, here, maybe we can go here. This is also an interesting Dutch concept. A lot of people don't have big gardens, or they don't grow their vegetables in gardens. This is more like usually like a communal area. Hey, Tura Smith, great to hear from you. I just hear some birds on the left-hand side. But this is like more like a communal area. Can be a community or can be just privately owned. And then here you can grow your vegetables or plants. Depends what kind of rules you have here. Strawberries, I see the strawberries. I see some other fruits. But this looks more like a plant kind of garden. And then here, this looks more like vegetable-y. There are a lot of barbed wire. It's not really my cup of tea. Doesn't look so beautiful, but it's just to keep the people out. And not that vegetables are so expensive in our country, but I think people just prefer to eat their vegetables themselves. Huh? Yeah, so I just read that the sunset today is like 9:25 p.m. Yeah, so exactly, that means that around 10 o'clock in the evening, because the sunset is pretty long, we still have some, not sun, but still have some lights. So as you can see, it's pretty big area. So the people who either have no garden, they live in an apartment, or the people who want to grow their vegetables somewhere else, they can hire, can rent some place, and then you have different concepts. Sometimes you just need to pay some fee, and in return you get some vegetables or fruits, but you need to take care, for example, every 1 or 2 weeks. Hey Miller, where are you watching from? So here we have some blackberries or raspberries. No, they are blackberries. But they will be here in July. Oh, this is cool to see. People think about tulip country, the Netherlands, and yes, we still can see and enjoy the tulips. Miller, where are you watching from? Welcome here to the scope. This is quite an interesting environment here. I like it. and sometimes you have also those gardens, and then students, elementary school children will take care of them in order to show children that vegetables are not produced in a factory. They're actually grown, huh? Like milk. Hey mom, where's the milk from? From a cow? No, from the factory. Maybe in a couple of years. I just read the article the other day that more and more research is done, development on meat, laboratory meat. I forgot the price of the hamburger, but it was pretty ridiculously high, like 15,000 US dollars for one hamburger. But of course, most of the money is the research, the time that has been spent to build it up. There are also interesting houses, really like modern new style. Whether you like it or not, it's just, I think it looks more like a cool theme parky. And here you have an elementary school. A lot of people, like friends from outside the Netherlands, they claim that the Dutch elementary school system is very good, high quality. Probably it is, but it's difficult for me to compare. But I mean, this is the elementary school as an example, and I think that looks good, well maintained, and again, it looks more like a building from a theme park instead of a building part of a country. Really like a theme park, huh? So let's continue. I'm going to walk to one other place, which I think is quite interesting, but I'm not sure if we are walking the right direction. And there are also some houses here which can oversee the beautiful farmlands, and those houses are being priced between, let's say, 2 and 10 million US dollars. So it's not for the regular John Doe, or how do you call him? Yes. I got it. I thought it must be somewhere here. You can see the pillar, and that is the end shot of the scope. And I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna walk to that pillar. I'm gonna read the. I remember there is some sign remembering of the 2,000 years ago Romans that were living over here. I'm not sure how many people were living in that kind of Roman cities. Oh, great to hear, Mo. So this is the pillar. It's not like an original pillar from 2,000 years ago, but here it says Emperor pillar from the market building about 100 years after, how do you call it? Not before Christ, but after Christ. 100 years. By the so that this market was built by the soldiers of the 10th Army, and 2011 was just put them back here. That's lovely, huh? Lovely, I like this. So here there used to be the market building, and I have some pictures from the old Roman days here, some maps, and then it's beautiful to see this, yeah, the way the Romans designed their cities. I understand, Mo. Actually, I can remove that pretty easily. Thanks for your comments. Okay, that's it for today. I want to thank you for being here with me, and this was just a test scope walking around back here in the Netherlands before doing other crazy stuff here. Thank you, have a great day, take care. Yes, Mo, but if you're watching that, just comment on you or reply to you pretty quickly. The reason why we burn in the chat is because people that are watching from YouTube, then they're able to see what is going on. But I understand the situation. So thank you, take care, have a great day. Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye.